Hi YouTube, this is VidHead85 here, and I ran across some interesting, I'm always running across interesting little ditties about the election, and I'm going to share one with you per reason that I've found so far. It's basically 90 reasons to vote, or 90 reasons to vote for Obama, or excuse me, 90 reasons, 90 days, hence, and 90 reasons to vote for Obama over Romney. And reason 22 is written by Miss Majora Carter, and it goes as this. Reason 22, vote for Obama because Republicans don't even want you to vote. I want you to vote for President Obama this November 6th because the Republicans don't even want you to vote. This country has a sad history of attempts, too many of them successful, to keep the poor and people of color from voting. The Jim Crow laws of the last century were designed to keep African Americans from the polls, ironically, who were voting Republican at the time, but the Republican Party back in the 60s was quite different from today's. And they succeeded until the Voting Rights Act of 1965. But now we're in 2012 and the Republicans are resurrecting the same tactics used in far less enlightened times. Under the threat of voter fraud, something that again and again has been proven to almost non-existent, they have proposed draconian laws requiring voters to have certain kinds of ID that restrict early voting and that restrict the hours the polls are open. Since the beginning of 2011, at least 180 restrictive bills have been introduced in 41 states. The vast majority of them were designed by Republicans and would disproportionately affect blacks, Latinos, working class, and low-income voters. In other words, voters who tend to vote Democrat. These voters, who often work multiple jobs and can't take time off on election day, benefit greatly from the ability to vote early. Unsurprisingly, in Ohio, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, and West Virginia, Republican-led legislators have dramatically reduced early voting. These and other tactics are beneath the dignity of the Republican Party and fundamentally undemocratic. They perpetuate an unequal system where the vote is less available to some than others. I care about equality a lot, especially when it comes to lower-income Americans. My work towards achieving environmental equality for all Americans rests on the shoulders of work done to secure basic equality or civil rights, often guaranteed under the Constitution. Ensuring these rights, this election, will take work. As we learned in 2000, we need boots on the ground to make sure the voters are allowed to vote. Day of election suppression was rampant in 2000. It might be again this year, especially in battleground states and battleground counties. That's right, there are a dozen or so battleground counties, not state, that might determine the electoral college count in 2012 and thus the election. If you live in or near a battleground country or county and you care about protecting equality regardless of your party preference, I urge you to help reduce the number of potential voter suppression victims. If you have time, even better yet, a car, let an organization specializing in voter access know about it. Volunteer as much time as you can. Your actions will help show that passing voter suppression laws, that Americans believe in a fair and just system much more than gaining this great gift, the vote we inherited from our ancestors. The electoral victory in 2012 should be an American victory before a partisan victory, and it should be one we can all feel proud of. Please help make this possible in any way you can. Majora Carter from South Bronx, New York. Have a great day, YouTube. Reason 22.